Unscripted.
Well, we've got some good news brewing for PlayStation 5 owners in case you are having some issues with your PlayStation 5. First and foremost, I want to point out that, a lot of people are messaging me wondering when or what the problem exactly is with the PlayStation 5 that's causing these issues. And again, I really honestly don't know. Like, it seems a lot like software issues and stuff like that. So in that case, we do have some really good news from Sony themselves today regarding these issues and some fixes and stuff like that officially. But with that being said, and I think I might have covered this in another video as well. People ask me, should I bother to get one now? Listen, if you can find a way to get a hold of a PlayStation 5, I suggest do it. A lot of these issues are stuff that are not big issues, are not big problems, and I really do think that, Sony's on the ball and trying to get everything fixed up as quickly as possible in a timely manner as well, and that's very important, especially when you have something at launch like this. I know the UK and stuff is about to get their official launch here in a couple days, and they probably want that to go smooth, and I did remember a couple days ago I said in the video that there were rumors of a update coming this upcoming week, which would be this week, and now we sort of have that as an idea that yes, indeed, that is in fact the case. And so with that being said, I do want to point out that all these things are, stuff can happen. Like, I just got to be honest, like, even with the Xbox side of things happen. Things maybe not always as it seems or what have you. Again, I do really feel like these consoles launching and the problems that we've seen, maybe, and I don't mean to belittle you or if you've had a problem, I think that that's fine. I just, in terms of what I can say, I just really do feel like, both Microsoft and Sony got away relatively easy, because let's just be real, these things could have been rife with issues, and maybe would have, I'm not saying that would have been okay, but given the fact that that these things are at the very least out in the middle of a pandemic, I just think that it's quite obvious that things could have been much worse than they are, than some slight problems. But we do got some fixes and things like that coming on the way as well, so let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel and it means a lot to me personally. And if you guys wouldn't mind, the simple best way to help a crappy channel like mine is a simple like. It really does go a long way, and honestly, it just means a lot to me. So if you guys could do that, I would appreciate it. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, and everybody in between. You are simply amazing people, and I think the world of you, so thank you for always rocking out with me. It does mean a lot. So with that being said, man, what a time to be a gamer right now, right? I'm having so much fun. I notice, if you're probably wondering maybe why I haven't responded to some of the comments on PlayStation or Xbox, it's just honestly I've been so busy. I've been gaming. I've been having a really good time, and that's pretty much why. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just been having a fantastic time, having some fun, and that's basically kind of the extent of it. So I'm not blowing anybody off. I will respond to everybody like usual, but it just takes me a little bit of time, for the simple fact that I'm sitting here doing the best that I can, trying to just have a good time gaming, and that's what it's all about. So with that being said, a lot of people are having issues, PlayStation 5 and stuff like that. There is a new PlayStation 5 update, system update. It's being rolled out. It weighs 886 megabytes. A new PlayStation 5 system update is currently being rolled out ahead of the console's European launch. The new firmware update for console clocks in at a whopping 886 megabytes and updates the PS5 system software version. Release notes haven't as yet been shared completely, and the console doesn't really mention what's changing, but a lot of people are saying that the new system update improves system performance as well as some other things. At the moment, nobody's really 100% sure of all the fixes and all the things that are in here, but it is supposedly supposed to address some of the reported crashing and bricking issues when using the external storage drives and the rest of the console's rest mode as well. Interesting to note that as of today's update, the PS5 firmware has now seemingly moved from version 02.20 to 02.25. So, if we get any more kind of information about exactly what's going on, of course, everybody will obviously know. Sony launched their long heralded PlayStation 5 in the US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and South Korea, and the next-gen console will release in the rest of the world this Thursday. So again, that's going to be something that a lot of people, they probably wanted to address some of these issues and things like that well before there was any kind of secondary releases for some of these other markets, and that's just a very smart move by Sony to kind of stay out ahead of it. I didn't think that there was a huge amount of issues. I just felt like, you know, they were having kind of the typical issues that you might see with the console launch and stuff like that. So again, I'm really excited to sort of see what's happening in the future with both these consoles and the software and stuff like that. For me personally, I do feel like, you know, this is just realistically comes with the territory of early adoption on, you know, on new hardware, and that's something that, you know, obviously is going to continue to happen whenever we buy and get new hardware. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how that's going to work out and stuff like that. But still, at the same time, I do feel like, you know, it's good on Sony for actually coming out there and sort of letting us know what's going on, because, you know, otherwise we wouldn't actually know what was kind of up or anything like that. But the people that do ask me, you know, hey, what's the issue? You know, can we fix it? Is there some kind of problem that we can, you know, kind of work out or whatever with that? And listen, I don't know. Like, I haven't had any problems with mine. I have external, you know, hard drive hooked up to mine, and mine is, you know, perfectly fine. So realistically, I think it just comes down to kind of what's going on, and, you know, if you want to think of it as a chance or whatever, then I think that's on you. For me personally, there wasn't really much of a chance type situation. I just knew I wanted to be in on the next generation and got it, and then you worry about the rest later. Although I do have you know, some obvious things going on with you know, with what's going on with my Xbox. I've had a little bit of issues there or whatever. So again, really good on Sony to kind of act kind of accordingly and kind of get this kind of stuff figured out as quickly as possible. It wouldn't surprise me to see more things come about from this. You know, we'll see more updates obviously down the line. And again, good on Sony for actually getting out there and staying ahead of this and kind of getting this kind of stuff taken care of, because again, these type of things could really, you know, a lot of people are kind of like talking about it and things like that, and really just kind of, you know, kind of rubs me the wrong way. Like, oh man, it's such a huge problem, when literally it's not like a huge problem that's really been an issue. But, you know, at the end of the day, I really do think that you know, that's something that needs to be kind of talked about. But also, it was interesting because Jim Ryan did a bit of an interview as well, and, you know, he was talking about some interesting facts about the PlayStation 5, and, you know, I just felt like a lot of the stuff that he was talking about was very interesting, like the solid state drive. A lot of people were asking about it, about it being an issue. Speaking with the Telegraph, Jim Ryan didn't think it was much of a problem, despite the fact that games such as Call of Duty Cold War eats up about 150 gigs alone. Jim Ryan said, "We're not hearing that. We're obviously watch what happens as people unbox their PlayStations and start to use them. We think that we'll be okay. We obviously are able to monitor the hard drive usage on PS4 microscopically, and everything that we saw there indicates that we should be fine." In the same interview, Jim Ryan took time to shoot down rumors that the company had thought about changing more for first-party PS5 launch, or charging more for PS5 launch games that we already have. So, you know, they did kind of rebuke that a little bit. That was a kind of a rumor that was going around, that Sony has actually looked into charging more money than $70 for their next-gen title. So now we kind of know that that's not exactly the price. And you know, again, this is something that we're going to have to sort of deal with going forward. Like, what are these companies' agenda? What are they actually trying to do? What are they trying to sort of pull off or whatever? I think that that's something that we're going to have to see, you know, no matter what. You know, that's something that that is going to continue to happen. And, you know, I just feel like, you know, to stay out ahead of it is something that's very important for, you know, these companies to sort of be able to do that. So I'm very curious to hear what everybody has to think about this, though. Are you guys, like, having all kinds of problems with it? Like, if you're having problems with the you know, the Xbox or the PlayStation. I really kind of want to hear about it. You know, I'm hoping that everybody's going to be able to play their games and sort of do what they want to do. It doesn't make sense that, you know, from where we're sitting, that so many people are having problems. But then when you look into it, like, I don't actually know anybody that's really having problems per se. You know, like I said, my issues with the Xbox Series X, for one, were a little bit weird because they were sort of a problem but not a problem, you know, not being able to download the games. I'm not sure if that's something that's officially a problem or not, but, you know, it is a little bit kind of understated that that's a bit of a bummer or whatever. But I would love to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions on it as well. You guys have always been great and supported the channel greatly, and I do appreciate that. If you wouldn't mind, you know, taking a minute to consider subscribing and hitting that bell, hitting the like button, that's all stuff that's kind of well wanted and well warranted, and it does mean a lot to me personally. And again, you know, you guys have been absolutely fantastic through the years, and it's been a heck of a launch into the next generation, and I really do appreciate everything you guys do for me, and I want you all to stay safe, happy, and healthy, because that's very, very important. You know, and hopefully you guys get your consoles soon if you haven't already got so jump into next generation. Looking forward to it. Please, please, please rack them up and have a good time. Game on, my friends. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.